10 Worst Train Wrecks in History. Number 1. The Sri Lanka Tsunami Rail Disaster, Sri Lanka, 2004. The 2004 Sri Lanka Tsunami Rail Disaster is the largest single rail disaster in world history by death toll, with at least 1,700 fatalities. It occurred when an overcrowded passenger train was destroyed on a coastal railway in Sri Lanka by a tsunami that followed the 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake. Number 2. The Saint-Michel-de-Maurienne derailment, France, 1917. The Saint-Michel-de-Maurienne derailment of December 12, 1917, was a tragedy involving a troop train carrying at least 1,000 French soldiers on their way home for leave from the Italian front in World War I. Their train derailed as it descended the Maurienne Valley line. More than 700 people died. Number 3. The Siria Rail Disaster, Romania, 1917. The Siria rail disaster occurred on January 13, 1917, at the Siria station in Romania, a station with a passing loop on the railway line from Iași to Barlet. Between 600 and 1,000 passengers lost their lives in the derailment and subsequent fire. Number 4. The Bihar train disaster, India, 1981. On June 6, 1981, a passenger train carrying more than 800 passengers between Mansi and Saharsa, India, derailed and plunged into the Bagmati River. After 5 days, more than 200 bodies were recovered, with hundreds more missing, believed to have been washed away by the river. Overall, it was estimated that more than 500 people died. Number 5. The Guadalajara train disaster, Mexico, 1915. On January 22, 1915, in Guadalajara and Jalisco, Mexico, an engineer lost control of an overpacked passenger train which derailed and crashed into a ravine. More than 600 people died. Number 6. The Ufa train disaster, Soviet Union, 1989. The Ufa train disaster was an explosion on the Kybyshev Railway on June 4, 1989, in the Soviet Union, about 31 miles from the city of Ufa. It was the deadliest railway accident in Russian and Soviet history, with 575 confirmed dead. Number 7. The Balvano train disaster, Italy, 1944. On March 3, 1944, more than 426 people illegally riding a steam-hauled freight train died of carbon monoxide poisoning when the train stalled on a steep gradient in the Army Tunnel. The accident occurred in southern Italy, near Balvano. Number 8. The Torre del Bierzo rail disaster, Spain, 1944. The Torre del Bierzo rail disaster occurred on January 3, 1944. Near the village of Torre del Bierzo in the El Bierzo region of Spain's León province. 3 trains collided inside a tunnel, officially killing 78 people. However, more recent studies have estimated the death toll at over 500. Number 9. The Awash rail disaster, Ethiopia, 1985. On January 14, 1985, a train derailed at Awash on the Addis Ababa-Djibouti Railway, plunging 4 of its 5 carriages into a ravine. The crash was estimated to have killed at least 428 and injured 500 of the estimated 1,000 on board. It was the worst rail accident in African history. It is believed the cause of the crash was the train's excessive speed around a curve on a bridge across the ravine. Number 10. The Ayyat train disaster, Egypt, 2002. The Ayyat train disaster took place on February 20, 2002. In a passenger train with 11 carriages, traveling from Cairo to Luxor. The number of dead given by officials at the time was 383, all Egyptians. However, considering that 7 carriages were burned to the ground and each was packed with at least double the maximum carrying capacity of 150, this number is believed to be inaccurate. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe my channel.